99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Good morning to you. Welcome to Dailies today, the second part. I am Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Jimi Disu. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, indeed. You can watch this show on Facebook. You can also watch on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's start with the Punch newspaper this morning. Page 2 of the Punch. Wike Naval officer clash. Ex-generals fume as FG orders probe.
All right. Well, in ordering the probe, I think the federal government should have issued an initial statement and not pretend like that it is all it's just a passing incident. It is not. But yesterday, that the officer in question had become something like a national hero. He had almost become the face of I don't want to use the word rebellion, but it had almost become the face of agitation. Because you see, you cannot you have to take all what that happened in context of the times we are in context of the things that have happened recently, and in context really, if we are to be honest with ourselves, with the state of mind of the average Nigerian, which is that things are not working well. So it shouldn't be taken that lightly. If I were the government, it shouldn't be taken that lightly. The government needs to do what should be done, and so that it can be quelled as quickly as possible. I think a word will be enough for the wise. But the minister, this is very significant, and I praise the Minister of Defense for saying this. And he says that at the ministry and indeed the armed forces, we will always protect our officers on lawful duty. He said, we are looking into this issue and are sure that any officer performing his duties lawfully will be highly protected. We will not allow anything to happen to him so long as he is doing his job, and he is doing it very well. The Chief of Army Staff joined. I think we read his remarks yesterday. We did that yesterday. So we'll quickly go to another reaction we got from Brigadier General Peter Arrow, retired. Said the clash highlights the importance of respecting proper channels in a democracy. He said the clash between Minister Wike and the young naval officers goes beyond personalities. It reflects how power should and should not be exercised in a democracy. The officer, by every account, was acting under lawful orders from his superior, the former Chief of Naval Staff. His duty was to obey the chain of command and not to improvise under political pressure. I'm inclined to believe that as I wanted to say, Governor Wike, Wike didn't need to have gone there even in the first place. A referral to the legal department would have solved the problem. If the general is doing it, then go to court and get a court order, and that's it. But he took it personal. There was not a minister to be too busy. It's beyond him to go physically, even at director level. You don't need to bother yourself. Once you've written one or two letters, then you just take them to court. Simple, take them to court. So and it is very important for people to know that we don't want this issue muddled up. Most of us are concerned with the minister's conduct at the scene, whether the former chief of naval staff has the right to the land or not is another thing entirely, because even if he does, it's the minister's conduct at the scene with the officer that is of national concern. And so, because I've seen so many I've one or two legal opinions that have said, no, the minister had the right to this, had the right to that. Yes, but it's not everything that is right that is lawful. It's not everything that is lawful that is right. There is something called discretion in the way we do things. Even if we are carrying out orders, the minister didn't have to go there. He didn't have to go there. Then when he even gave the phone, when he said he had called the chief of naval staff and they had called the CDS, and they said that they will look into it. It should have ended there. If you have called these people, it should have gone. But he was insistent. He was insistent on making a show out of it, because I'm sure he must have invited the press along with him, because all the accounts we have seen have a channel's logo. So when his assistant came to defend him, best to explain his position, he kept on going on about the breach of procedure in the land, and that is not our business. Our business is the minister's conduct, and the man's name is Lily Layinka. Abi, is that his name?
That's right.
Layinka. He further spoilt it by exhibiting complete bad manners when he said that, the officer, I'm not even thinking of calling the officer, I said he was there to do a mega job. And I said, what kind of a spokesperson is this? Well, I've never had much respect for to be honest with you. I've heard his other utterances, but that's not. But a spokesperson will stick to the issue. And in doing so, will continue. But you can see that the problem around Wike itself is institutional. If your spokesperson is saying that an officer of the Navy came to do a mega's job, where did that come from? Where did you get that impunity to refer to an officer in that regard? No matter how young whether he was being born like this when you were dying, is not the issue here. Okay, so his own explanation on the land, all you had to do, for God's sake, was to take this gentleman to court, and the court order would have been okay. Also, we have the Vanguard too has some other opinions, but all said and done, I think the government should be careful. I don't know whether they said they'll set up a probe. I think it speaks for itself. I don't know why you want to set up a probe to do what? For everybody to come and model up the whole situation. I think what you need to do is to give a verdict on the video, and it's there for you to see. So even if the president set up a panel, that panel should have given a report within an hour. Is to concentrate on the public conduct, and not what led to this and what led to that. But man, yesterday there were T-shirts designs, there were bottle designs, there were all kinds of skits. The social media, the gentleman must have trended, and almost 99.9%, like they say in the Justice Court when they do DNA tests, are in support of the gentleman, of the young officer, who I think conducted himself well. You started abusing him personally. You're a fool. Come on. Even if he was a messenger, not in uniform, you must give regard to human beings. It's an exhibition of bad manners. That trend is very common in Nigeria. We can't seem to bring, even if you go to the social media, the kind of things it says that he is hating him, he is this. We can't face a subject and analyze it carefully or keep our mouth shut. And then you now call him, you're a fool, you're this, you're that, you're that. Sheriff, I was... No, I think I said it yesterday. Don't let me visit today.
What's that?
You know I'm a dramatist. Let's go to the next story.
That would have been something else.
Because that would also have served as a... It's lucky the guy had good temperament.
Yeah.
If it had been the officers of old, they might not have been that restrained. How can you call a man in uniform, any human being for that matter, a fool, just because you're a minister? But he's used to bullying people. He has insulted. That claimed that the guy was when he was in university, was born. He has done the same to Odili. He insulted that Spiff, who was the governor when I was in Form 1. And I'm not Wike's inmate. I think Wike, is he 60 yet? I don't think so. That Spiff was a governor of Rivers State in 1967. Or 67 or 68. He insulted him. He's insulted everybody anyway. The only person that we can guarantee he will not insult is the president. And we can't be too sure.
We can't be too sure. We can't be too sure.
He's insulted
We can't
everybody
be too
inside.
sure. We can't be too sure.
And he should be thankful to God. He should be thankful to God for this that happened to him. It could have been worse. It will stop him in his tracks. You know, when you have this attitude that nothing can happen to you and you're the big boss and so on and so forth, something might happen to you that might completely embarrass you. This one, what if the guy, supposing the guy had slapped him. When his media aide was talking about the situation would have angered anybody, why wasn't the officer in charge, why wasn't he too angry? Go do it here. But what is also important is the federal government has to nip it in the bud. This guy, I don't like this situation that is happening. From coup attempt to Trump, whatever, you know there's a lot of feelings going on. And this guy is gradually becoming a symbol. If you have a sense of history, I mean, I'm talking of the federal government, you will nip this thing in the bud very quickly. It's not something to be set up, probe, then in a month's time. No. The president should have immediately got one or two people and then look, within an hour, let's make up our minds how we are going to handle this situation. And he should be ready to sacrifice anybody. Because Buratai, and I think one or two of the retired, are asking that the minister should publicly apologize to the boy. And if that is what is needed, the president should tell him.
Wike is president's star boy. He's one of the president's star boys.
What is it? At the end of the day, let's look at it carefully. It's only that the president has this habit, has this selfish habit of thinking of his political ambition at all times. Otherwise, in reality, a lot of what he's doing is a hype. What is his value? To deliver one state? How are you sure that he's that popular in Rivers State and can deliver the state again? With a governor, with a governor who he cannot rely upon. We don't know what is inside Fubara's mind. So of what value is he?
I don't know that thing though. You know, you said it yesterday also. I still don't know that.
But let's all be careful, and the president should look at it objectively. Maybe it's time to sacrifice.
Do you think anything will come out of it?
For the president's sake, something had better come out of it.
Or do you think anything will happen to anybody?
The president. It depends on how he sees that will affect his own fortune. Yes.
Do you think anything will happen?
My reading.
So based on what happened that day, anything can affect the president's fortune. Off of that scene that happened.
No. Okay. No, don't get me confused now.
Okay.
You expect the president to do the right thing, Abi? What is the right thing?
So this is what I thought. This is what I thought. I'm gonna tell you what I think would happen. Not the right thing. What I think would happen is, and this is my own opinion, they're going to settle it. They will probably have the chief of naval staff, Lieutenant Colonel Yarima, and some other top military guys go to the FCT minister. They will sit down. They will talk.
The FCT minister.
They would explain everything.
Wait.
I'm not saying that. Calm down. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that will happen.
But let me tell you.
I'm saying what I think would happen.
Before you finish it, I want to say there is nobody. See, what is at hand is even beyond. You're talking about 5,000 or 10,000 troops.
You are the one
sitting down back at home now, waiting to see what is going to happen.
You're the one.
Did you hear what the chief of defense staff So there is no situation of the CNS and some people going to meet Wiki. Going to meet who? Is that not going to happen?
Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Sheriff.
You're the one that's probably saying it this way. I think there's a way things play out at that level. Because they want to calm nerves, because they know that there are officers who also are not happy with what had happened, and they will want to put up a show that everything is good, everything is fine, we've settled it. So
if you want to go by these reactions we have seen so far,
yes,
it would be foolhardy of any government, I believe so, to lay any blame on that gentleman without laying the blame on Wiki, or to make that gentleman. He's not going to apologize. It's not going to.
No, it's not going to be a matter of apology.
Why do you say they'll take him to? They'll go to Wiki.
I don't think
Wiki is an ordinary minister. What is it?
I don't think it's a matter of apology now. I think what they will do is to put up a show that everything is fine with
government
the administration.
Government cannot be run in that matter. There must be justice in this matter,
okay,
and it must be seen to be done. The president, if I were him, should take a firm stand according to the way he sees it legally. But unfortunately, with our experience of our own president, we know that his own personal whatever will come in between. So what I'm advising the president this time around is beyond. Look, like some of the people, just that we didn't have time to. Some of the people here have said that, look, this thing could affect military-civilian relationships. Don't forget that we are sitting on a tinderbox. Don't forget that we are still dealing with a rumor of a rumor.
Cool.
Don't forget that so many troops, so many of our other officers, they are waiting and watching to see what is going to happen. So my advice is to take it. As far as I'm concerned, there's a need for Wiki to apologize to that man. At the very least, for calling him a fool and a word. And then you guys now said after calling the man a fool, they will go and meet Wiki.
Let's move on to our next story.
Let's
move on to the Metro page.
Let's just quickly go through it. Look at this story here now on Metro page. It says Panorama page. Wiki Yerima face of sparks concerns over civilian military relations, and you have other reactions here. But again, I'm saying that I'm only interested in commenting on that incident. What has led to it is another thing entirely.
Right.
There's a very strange story here, and it says Mohbad's family demands fresh probe, bars wife from using surname. What is going on? Okay. Robbers have shot a hairstylist to death. Where did this happen? Sebastian Timothy has been killed by suspected armed robbers in Satellite Town. Oh, how sad. 3 suspected kidnappers in Ondo police nets. What else? Lagos court jails pangolin scales traders for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Very good.
I like this. Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to transparent and accountable procurement practices as it begins alignment with Tax Act 2025. All of us are hearts are in our mouth. This new tax policy, we don't know how far it's going to go, to be honest with you. We don't know how far it's going to go. Well, let's see how far it will go. At a time like this, to have a tax burden on your neck when incomes are at the lowest, it's very frightening. But we'll see how it goes. It's all part of the new agenda. What is it called? New Hope agenda. Is that what it's called? New Hope agenda.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
I don't know why I can't remember it.
I can't remember it too. I'm too fearful.
I don't know why I can't remember it.
Every time I open my mailbox now, my heart is in my mouth.
To the editorial of the Vanguard newspaper, need for prompt payment of contractors.
Okay, what's the time? We don't have much time. This is just it's just an editorial that calls on the federal government to make sure that contractors are paid on time. Believe you me, if you had something that says for sure, I've worked for all companies in the past as consultant and contractor self, supplying t-shirts and things. I remember in the days of Total, once you submit your invoice before a particular date, 30 days after, you don't even, I never saw the accountant, I never saw anybody. It should be automated. Once you've gotten, once there's evidence that you have finished the job, there must be a statutory whatever that says for certain days after you've submitted your own invoice, your payment should be made. When the contractors, demonstrated in Abuja recently, then the president called the Minister for Finance, oh, please go and pay the contractors, and they paid them. How can you run a country like that? That's why when you want to do a government job, you add sometimes 150% to the cost of the job. It's not only because of money that is demanded. Not just that. You don't know when you're going to be paid. And part of the reforms that the president is bringing in should start from there. Because with that, you'll be able to bring the cost of procurement down. If you are supplying a vehicle of 100 million, you better make it 250. You don't know when you're going to get your money. You don't know what the value will be. If you are owed 500 million for about 4 years ago and you are now paid, the value has gone down. And heaven help you if the contract has some foreign input. So I would have thought that by now, Nigeria would be through all that. It's so I don't know. And the Minister for Finance and his previous ministers have always said, oh, we will make sure that there's money on the ground before we give out contracts. But when it comes to time, some people are owed 2 years, 3 years. It's quite so. The Vanguard has put up an argument and said in simple language that, look, let's make sure that we pay contractors on time.
Let's go to the business and economy page of the Punch newspaper. This story that broke this week: sachet alcohol ban threatens over 5 million jobs. Man.
Well, yes, we have to put things in a balance. I know the danger of sachet alcohol, but listen, sachet alcohol is the branded ones that are in sachet alcohol. The threats that you have, I don't want to mention their names, but one is tied to a football team, and it's quite common. People like to just snap it and what. If you ban sachet alcohol, then they put them in other containers. What you need to attack is the people's minds. What you need to attack is the people's minds and the need to make sure that people consume less alcohol. It's not because of whether they're sachets or not. If you can't have them in sachets, if you say, okay, don't have them in sachets, you can have them in small bottles.
Even the small bottles, there's a limit. Anything below 200 ml.
If you are talking, okay, so you are talking of gin really, because the beer is not. You are talking of these hot drinks. Then people will just go all the way down to local gin, ogogoro. What the matter, just take and off you go.
But I feel that it will still, to a very large extent, reduce the availability and accessibility of it.
You think so?
Yes. Because the one that you mentioned now, they would have to go to a point before they can have access to it.
The point to meet them now.
So the point will not be bold enough to go and meet them the way it is currently right now.
It's not banned.
It will be banned from next year.
That's sachet.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can put the liquid in other containers. That's
in other containers. So the other containers,
yes,
because the point that you're talking about, they are already banned in some places like motor parks and all of those things. So they can't go there.
There's still one monkey, the Ojuelegba. He's there. Other bridge. The Yamalama that we consult once in a while. Next to her,
but this will reduce availability and accessibility.
But it threatens 5 million jobs.
A whole lot.
It threatens 5
million. We have to pick a side. We have to pick a side. The menace of this or the jobs.
Because you don't drink, that's why. And also because if some people think, wrongly I would say, and I would admit, that to quell their frustration, they should stay high, So with the frustration in the country,
they want to numb that frustration.
But maybe she wants to, I'm not too happy with the tax thing coming and I'm broke and so on and so forth.
Why? How did that come in? I don't understand.
But while they top,
I'm wondering, like, what's the connection?
I mean, we have to create a balance between the 5 million jobs. Though I think this number itself might be exaggerated.
Yeah, maybe.
But you're talking nationwide.
Lagos already, I think there's a ban currently running in Lagos anyways. So this is NAFDAC, this is federal, like you said.
The person where you say make you go catch these people self or go correct.
Go to
where they drink, see as they do.
We have to go.
See as they do.
Did you see the video? You see the video where a guy was sitting down and was dancing.
I'm not referring to that one.
I'm just saying, no, this is
do not put India.
I'm just asking now. Have you seen the video?
Do not put. I don't look at things and also do not put.
We have to go, Lagos. Thank you for being a part of this.
Okay,
he's back at 9. Kofi is back after the news. Stay here.
Just imagine, say this obodo was so when to communicate with your people no just day. Plus, where you no fit even shout for help. Business go they jam like hold up for Oshodi, and family they find each other like needle for inside sand. Now waiting they happen.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.